to go back to our homeland, Kerala. And this time, we're going by flight. There are new protocols and there are things that you need to do before flying by a domestic flight. So in this episode of Trip to Chennai Part 3, we will be telling you what are the things you need to do by traveling through domestic airport. A day before your flight, you have to do the following for smooth traveling. First, you have to take the RT-PCR test through valid ICMR laboratories, clinics, or hospitals. Next is to check the Indian States portal for filling up the traveling entry form. Usually, the airline will send you an email regarding the traveling guidelines, and each Indian states has different portal for you to get a traveling form. So you need to fill it up and upload your negative result, your RT-PCR test, and other card in the traveling form. Next thing you need to do is web check-in. Most of the airlines go paperless. You can do the web check-in 24 hours prior to your departure or at least 4 hours prior to the departing time. Make sure to take the screenshot of your boarding pass so that you can present it to the check-in counter, immigration officer, and boarding counter. We are now here in the Chennai Domestic Departure area. Make sure that you wear face mask because the airport is a no mask, no entry, no flight zone. Now we're here in D4, the entry point for the Indigo passengers. So we have to wait for our queue. It's quite a bit long queue to go inside the domestic airport. We're now here inside the domestic airport, and prior to entering the airport, the immigration officer will have to check your valid ID. For me, we use the other card, the boarding pass, and the flight ticket. So we're now going to the check-in counter to check in our luggage. This is the Chennai Airport Terminal 1 and is the domestic terminal to fly to other Indian states. It is also known as the Kamaraj Terminal, which used to be a single passenger terminal before the 1988 when the International Anna Terminal was opened. This terminal connects Chennai International Airport with 20 different domestic destinations within India. This terminal hosts both domestic arrivals and departures. Inside the airport is the replica of Dharmaraja Ratha. It is a monument complex at Mamalipuram, also known as Mahabalipuram. It is a town on the Coromandel coast of Bay of Bengal in the Kanchipuram district, which is in the states of Tamil Nadu. It is around 60 kilometers south from Chennai. It has a group of sanctuaries, carved out of rock along the Coromandel coast in 7th and 8th centuries by the Palabas. Mamalipuram town has rathas, temples in the form of chariots, mandapas, cave sanctuaries, giant open-air reliefs such as the famous Descent of Ganges and the Shore Temple. This sculpture is a combination of Dharmaraja Ratha and the Descent of the Ganges. The complex is now under the protection of Archaeological Survey of India and is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. In the states of Tamil Nadu, particularly Hinduism, the cow is sacred and is believed that it is the representative of divine and natural beneficence. They associated the cow with motherhood and Mother Earth. Therefore, it should be protected and venerated. Now we are here in the immigration area. The immigration officer has to check your boarding pass and valid ID. It should be in the camera and you have to remove your face mask so that the immigration officer can see your face and validate that it's you.
A few shopping places inside the airport, as you can see. Go colors. Then we got twin birds, Samsonite, the high design, and so on. I don't know if you guys will know about these kind of brands. These are quite famous in India. And this is an Ayurvedic shop, herbal medicines and soaps and everything you can find.
This is the statue of Lord Vishnu or Lord Mahavishnu. He is also called the Swambhagam in the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Lord Vishnu is one of the main gods in Hinduism and the absolute supreme being in Vaishnava tradition. Lord Vishnu is the god of preservation, which means he protects the universe from being destroyed. And Hindus believe that he cradles the earth and all living organisms. This statue is made out of 5 metals or the Panchalogam. Consists of copper, brass, zinc, tin, and gold, symbolizing 5 elements, which is air, water, fire, earth, and ether. We're now in the gate where we have to board going to Calicut Airport. So, they're calling for the boarding going to Calicut Airport. So we're here in gate 14. It's time to go because the gate is already open. So now they're calling.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light.
And for the last checking, the officer needs to scan the boarding pass with a QR code.
And you show me love that I never had seen before. Now, when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again. So we can fly again.
reach Calicut Airport. Prepaid taxi because there is nobody at home to drive and come back to pick us up here. So we're going by prepaid taxi. And airport outside of the domestic airport. Calicut Airport.
Sorry ass DJ.